who don't know, if you ever miss one of the lives or for some reason you can't join Zoom, you can always watch this live broadcast on YouTube or, of course, catch the replay if the time frame doesn't work for you. All right, so let's get the camera angle right here. To see everyone, welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. Hi, I'm your host, Valorie Lewis. I'm a psychic medium, a channeler, and also I read tarot and oracle cards. And so the way we run this event is I'll read from tarot messages for the collective, whatever we need to know this week. So I'll read from the tarot, then we'll switch and we'll move to oracle cards. I'll pull a few cards from that. And all the while, I will let Spirit, Source, the divine, weave its messages in where it needs to. Let's see. And then after we do that, if time permits, I will have time to do just some one card pulls for random members of the audience that are present on the live Zoom call as time permits. And then we usually wrap up with an energy activation, activating, calling in, asking Spirit to send us whatever energy is going to be most beneficial for us for this week. One other thing I do want to mention is, excuse me, I am still offering those year ahead readings. So if you want to get a year ahead, the next 12 months forecast to know kind of what themes to be aware of, what experiences you might want to be on the lookout for, go ahead and visit tarotunicornsandcoffee.com under readings and book one of those year ahead readings. Let's get into our reading for today. Excuse me. I'm going to have to pause and get some water. It is not clearing up. One moment. All right. Thank you for your patience. So sorry about that. Okay, let's get into the tarot. And the deck that we are going with is Crystal Unicorn Tarot. A unicorn tarot. I finally have a unicorn tarot. So let's see messages tarot has for us. Oh, yes, over there in the chat. Fun. Okay. Spirit, what do we need to know about this week? Anything else? Nope. All right. We have 4 cards. I asked Spirit, what do we need to know about this week? First thing I'm noticing is we have all minor arcana, which means everything that's going to have our attention, that we're going to be focused on this week is going to be something to do with our day-to-day, our normal routine, not any long-term goals. That would be like major arcana. So minor arcana, what's coming up for us in our everyday day-to-day? Unicorns is that's been coming up for me over this last week. I like that. First up is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is that idea. Pentacles is anything we place value upon. This one is leaning more towards financial things, so more towards money and career is what I'm hearing. This message in particular is applying to for all of us. Money, manifestations, stabilize. Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles, I usually read it as four as being stability. And so it's you experiencing some type of stability, possibly for the first time in a situation. That's not how I'm reading it. And that's why I had to pause. The reading that I'm getting is the stable aspect is a call to action for us. We need to stabilize. And then I heard the word manifestations. We need to stabilize our manifestations in the idea of, especially those manifestations that have to do with money or career, jobs, finances, things like that. The idea of stabilizing our manifestations is the idea of truly deciding what is it that we want, stabilizing our thoughts and our actions around our manifestations. Because what I'm hearing from Spirit is the manifestation is here, but it's our point of attraction, it's our focus. Perhaps we're asking for two things that don't really go together. It's us. We're the ones that need to stabilize ourselves, not the manifestation out there needing to stabilize. Excuse me. So, what can we do to stabilize ourselves? And again, stabilizing, the words I'm hearing from Spirit, stabilizing in this instance means your focus. Have you truly decided what you want? And are you focused on that thing? And then also stabilizing our actions around it, aligning our actions and our energy up with it. The biggest thing I'm hearing is we have competing desires. That's the word they're putting it. It's the competing manifestation, competing desires. If you walk around all day saying, this is a classic example, you're going to identify with this right away. You walk around all day saying there shouldn't be any rich people in the world. What's up with the distribution of wealth? Everybody should have the same amount of money. Why are the rich always getting richer? Grumble, 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 gripe, 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 rich, 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 this and that and that. And then you go back home and you look at your bills and you say, man, it sure would be nice to have an extra 100,000 so I don't have to worry about these things. Sure would be nice to have a lot of abundance in my life so that I don't have to worry about my bills. And Spirit is like, well, which one is it? Either you don't like people with money or you want to be one of the people with money. Which one is it? So it's the idea of competing competing manifestations. We're asking for one thing and taking it right back by asking for something else that contrasts it. That shows up most obviously when it's around our money issues. So that's probably why Spirit is saying, look at your money and your finances. But also, I'm hearing that it's in other areas of our life as well. Money and finances is going to be the easiest for us to find because oftentimes those things have tangible results. Either you have the money or you don't. It's something we can look at and see. So look at those areas to start cluing you in on what beliefs you are holding that might be fighting against each other, and then see if those beliefs show up in any other areas of your life as well. Stabilizing yourself so that you can be more in alignment with the manifestations that you're calling in. Okay, so then we go from the Four of Pentacles into the Six of Wands. Wands being our personal power, inspiration, fire, energy. The Six of Wands is saying this is a time for celebration, that victory wreath there. We have accomplished something. We have had success around something. And not only that, but it is also a time for celebration. This card specifically focuses on celebrating one's wins. So we have that Four of Pentacles where we're asked to clean our act up around certain things. And then we move right into success, a success card. When those two cards are that close together, that tells me the cleanup or whatever action Spirit is asking from us is not going to be that very long. We're almost there. It's going to be a simple little tweak. So whatever is going to happen here towards the beginning of our week of us cleaning up, what is it we're actually asking for? We're going to immediately move into, start seeing some form of success. Anything else, Spirit? Six of Wands, fire. This is interesting. Okay. Speaking of the form of success and the need to celebrate ourselves, I'm going to say it again. We don't often do that. I know I personally don't always do that, but Spirit is like, no, all of y'all's need to do it more. And this is why, because the very next card is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is that meh card. It's the nothing's really wrong, but nothing's really right. So if we're coming out of a moment that Spirit said, you've accomplished something, you've had some form of success, and I want you to celebrate. And the very next card is the meh card. That's telling me that that's most of our response when Spirit asks us to celebrate. Or sometimes we don't even hear the ask to celebrate. We just forget. We just forget. It's that idea of somebody comes up to you and says, oh my God, I really love that. The way you organized that spreadsheet for the last quarter, that was great. I love how you put all of that. And you're like, oh, it was nothing. It was fine. And you go about your day. Instead of saying, thank you. That took me a lot of time. And I really had to think through how to organize that spreadsheet. Thank you so much for noticing that. And then you kind of pat yourself on the back. It's the times when you are most likely to not take credit or most likely to not celebrate. Those everyday, I started out saying this is going to be about our everyday, those everyday moments where you could stop and give yourself praise, or you could stop and accept that compliment and truly accept it and not just give lip service to it. It's those everyday times that we're kind of in a knee-jerk reaction to just breeze right past without acknowledging. Those are the times Spirit wants us to pay more attention to. Those are the times that need more acknowledgement and more celebration. And really celebrate yourself. Spirit said you came through a lot this year. You came through so much. This message might hit home for somebody because I feel like this is a direct quote, but I feel like it's going to hit for more than one person. You came through so much this year, and you got into such a habit of getting yourself back up, dusting yourself off, and going again. You got into such a habit of resilience, such a habit of just moving forward because you didn't have time to slow down and get depressed and get sad. You had people or things depending on you. You did so well, and you got into such a habit of just keep going, that now you can't get yourself out of that habit. And now that I'm asking you and saying you don't have to just keep going, crisis is over. The thing has been handled. You can slow down, but you've told yourself, if I slow down, that thing is going to happen again. If I take a breath, that thing that I worked so hard to get myself out of is going to happen again. So I'm not going to slow down. I'm not even going to slow down long enough to acknowledge all of the things I overcame, to acknowledge how smart and how experienced I got having come through that, to acknowledge all of the work I have done to maintain. I'm not even going to slow down for that, because if I slow down, it might happen again. Spirit is saying, you are making it more probable that it will happen again by not slowing down and acknowledging how far you've come.
Valorie, was the third card Six of Cups?
The third card is Four of Cups.
Four of Cups. Thank you.
So slow down, acknowledge what you've done, and see what you can do to get yourself out of the go, go, go. Everything has to keep going or it's all going to fall apart. See what you can do to get yourself out of that mindset. All right. Next up, last card, we only pulled four this time. The last of the tarot cards is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Nine is the we're almost there, final stand kind of card. Let me go to the book on this one. What does Spirit want us to know about the Nine of Wands? You may have been wounded in battle, but you are strong and magical. You can handle anything that comes your way. That's that idea of resilience that I just got, that some of us have been through a lot in 2025. Look within yourself for the confidence and strength that can get you through that final push and across the finish line. The keywords are perseverance, resilience, there's that word, and confidence. If you're like, I'm tired of being resilient, I ain't got no persevering left in my perseverance bucket, okay, then just have confidence. Just have confidence. Confidence just requires that you have confidence in yourself to align and confidence in the universe to do what it does. All you have to do for these paths, for this final push, for this last bit of just get me over the finish line, your message, this is what is coming through from Spirit right now for this moment, not for all moments time, but for right now, what you need to do, all of us, to get across any supposed finish line that we feel looming over us is align. Align and allow. Align and allow. Not go out and do anything, not move into inspired action. I'm not getting a bunch of that. I'm getting that we've done a lot of the action. And now it's our job to align our energy, our thoughts, and our any remaining actions to align and allow. That's it. And that's Spirit saying hard work is over. Just get in alignment, rest, let me work some more magic, let it flow to you. All right. Moving on. Jacqueline, I'm so glad you put that over there because I do want to mention that Tuesday Tarot readings, which is a group setting. It's a lockdown to only 5 participants on Tuesdays, $25 for a 10-minute reading within that group setting. And it's going away at the end of December. So if you have wanted a chance to check that out, you'll need to do that this month. Make sure you're signed up if you'd like to check it out tomorrow. All right, now we're going to move into Oracle cards, and our first Oracle deck is Dragon Path. Dragon Path Oracle cards. And the card we have is Peace. Peace. Like that big purplish blue dragon. Card number 5. Interesting that card number 5, which is the card of challenges and opportunities, but 5s often represent some type of challenge. And in this deck, it's the card they use to number the card of peace. And this dragon says, this beautiful and gentle dragon encourages us to be kind to ourselves. We frequently push ourselves too hard in our lives. That's that going, I can't stop feeling again. Whether this is at work or at home, we forget who we truly are and can miss the beauty in life as we become self-absorbed. This dragon's energy guides us to an inner tranquility, helping us to feel and trust that everything is fine. I'm going to read that again because some of y'all really need that. Some of y'all really need to hear that everything is okay. This dragon's energy guides us to an inner tranquility, helping us to feel and trust that everything is fine. And the extra message that I'm getting up on that is that if you are saying, show me a sign, Spirit, that everything is okay. Show me something that everything is going to be okay. Give me a boost in my bank account. Give me a hug from a loved one. Give me a situation working out in my benefit. Show me something, Spirit, that everything is going to be okay. And Spirit said, I'm guiding you to an inner tranquility where you can feel and trust that everything is fine. So I'm reading that to say, in the most annoying way possible to a human incarnated in this tangible world, Spirit is saying, what I'm sending you is not something that can be seen. What I'm sending you is something that you need to feel. I know it makes me a little sick in my mouth when I have to deliver messages like that, because I'm like, Spirit, come on. You know we're human, right? We need tangible results. But Spirit is saying, not right now, not right now. Right now, I'm going to send you something so you can feel it and trust it and believe it. So that's our task. this week, how can we find that inner tranquility? Let's see. Finally, we begin to see and understand the beauty and lessons in all things. Although incredibly powerful, this tranquil dragon brings the energy of gentle bliss like the early morning summer sun, giving us a sense of completeness we previously lacked. If she has come to you today, her message is this, quote, allow me to pull together your scattered energies so that you can feel a sense of peace enter your soul. Every situation has a legacy, but alas, occasionally it can take a little time to appreciate or understand this fully. Let my presence help release any negative feelings for you. Any negative feelings, for you are truly a creator and are immensely powerful. End quote. By allowing peace, the dragon, capital Peace, by allowing peace to enter our lives, we enable our very beings to carry more light. We become beacons for others to follow, but in order to do this effectively, we must release our need for control. If life has been dull, that Four of Cups, that meh card, if life has been dull, or you are feeling generally out of sorts, call upon peace to lift your blues. She will support you by showing you the beauty of life and helping you to celebrate your experiences here on earth. Celebrate yourself, celebrate Six of Wands. But remember, you can only do this if you relinquish your need for control. When you do so, you will feel lighter, brighter, and more connected to the universe. So that is our dragon energy that we can call on, or the energy of find some crystals that are known for peace. Find a meditation to help you call in peace. It doesn't have to be dragon energy, but it is the idea of where can you find that inner tranquility? Where can you settle into the flow? All right. Let's see. What else? Where are we at on time? Well, we're still doing real good on time. Okay, the next deck we're going to go to, just a moment here. Looking at the chat, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I see y'all's recommendations. Thank you, thank you. Okay, the Oracle deck that we're going to is Mystical Shaman Oracle. Mystical Shaman Oracle. Let's see, Spirit, what do we need to know about this week? All right. Oh, maybe that's it. Okay. I was looking at the time and I was like, oh, we're a lot, I'm getting through this a lot quicker than I usually do. And I was thinking there's a lot of time. And I'm sitting with Spirit and I'm like, Spirit, we got a lot of time left, but I feel a lot of questions haven't been answered. So I'm running out of cards here. And then I heard Spirit very clearly say, well, it'll be in the individual readings. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. So let's go ahead and not get through, but let's go ahead and listen to the message of this Oracle card. And then we're going to go ahead and move into and give a little bit extra time for those individual one card pulls, because it feels like there's a message that needs to come across in that portion. At least that's what I just interpreted and heard from Spirit. The other thing I want to mention before I move on, speaking of one card pulls, make sure you are all coming to the free New Year's Eve readings. It's kind of early evening on New Year's, where we talk about the tarot card of the year. So big themes to look forward to for all of 26. Then I show you how to find your own personal tarot card of the year, and you can figure out what your themes are for 2026. And then I go through and I read one card pulls to get everyone what energy or what things do they need to be aware of, just in a quick one card method for everybody present. So make sure you're coming to that. Also, again, I already mentioned the year ahead readings, but I'm also going to do a year ahead report. If you want me to calculate the 2026 year ahead, your personal card year ahead, and also give you an intuitive reading on what those cards mean for you, that is going to be just a $26 report. Look for that soon. All right. The card that we pulled over, the card that we pulled out and I turned over for Mystical Shaman is the Ghost Dance. Card number 22, that's a master number. The Ghost Dance. Let's see. The essence. Oh, I haven't gone to this book for a while. One moment. We've got to figure out what these are. The essence is the message of the card. The invitation is the gifts that Spirit is extending to you at this moment. And then the medicine tells you the aspect or the area of your life or your relationship that you are asked to apply this information to that needs to be brought back into balance. So the essence of the Ghost Dance. The Ghost Dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. Entirely different deck, same theme, peace. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. Interesting. Okay. Little food for thought, thinking of how we interact with our ancestors. The invitation. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. Ooh, I love that. What gifts have your ancestors been trying to give you that maybe you were blocking just because you weren't ready to accept it or because you were too busy blaming Great Aunt Myrtle for why you have freckles? You know, were you so busy blaming people that you didn't allow them to get through the door, so to speak, with their gifts? So now would be a good week to sit and ask yourself that. Ask your ancestors, is there anything they want to gift you? And here's the medicine. So the area or experience in your life you can apply this to. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. Can I just talk about the reoccurrence of exes in our lives? Just in case any of y'all have been dealing with this, and I know some of the collective have. I don't know if anybody here today has, but I know some of the collective have because I've been hearing this a lot in the collective. This is a 9-year. This is a close it out, shut the chapter, get rid of it. That we are stepping out of this year into a 1-year. New start, fresh beginning. Oh my God, all the things I've asked for. This is going to be a great year. This is more of a chapter turner than it has been in the usual. What happens when we turn and close chapters? What happens when we try to step out of one phase for good into a new phase? Well, all of those little things that we still had cords to have to come back up so that we can either release them or decide to take it with us. So that means y'all's exes are going to start calling. I don't know if y'all have already been experiencing that, but not just exes, also past relationships. Maybe you're bumping into people from a job that was 10 years ago, or maybe you're rediscovering high school friends. It doesn't have to be just romantic relationships, but a lot of things from the past that seem just kind of odd, like why after all of these years is this coming up? That's why, because there's a clearing, a cleansing. Are you sure you want to take this with you? Let's make sure you know what's still with you so that you can make an informed decision about if you want to take this with you with the next chapter. Because some of us have been carrying those cords and that energy and those people with us in our thoughts and in our patterns for so long that we don't even recognize them, or we're not fully aware that they're even there. So this is just an opportunity for us, even if it is someone we want to take with us, an opportunity for spirit to say, hey, remember this one is here. I want you to look at it real clear, because where you're going, where we're all going, we want to make conscious, intentional decisions about that, about what we're taking, what we're leaving behind. All right, so that was the ghost dance. Let's see. I want to see if this person is here. I hope they might be. They might be watching on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this question, and then we'll get into the one card. Ooh, I just messed my screen up, and then we'll get into the one card pulls. One moment. Now I've got to change my screen. There we go. Someone asked, how can you ask an either this or that question using tarot? Like, Spirit, tell me that it's not a yes, no, it's a this thing or a that thing. And I'll tell you the easiest way I do that is I pull two cards, one for each choice or one for each situation. If I do this, then this happens. If I do this, then that over there happens. I have two choices. I pull two cards and I ask Spirit, what do I need to know about this experience or this situation or this eventual probable path? And what do I need to know about this one? And I very quickly start getting information just from those two cards pulled. So that's your jumping off point. If you still don't have clarity from there, you can always continue to pull clarifying cards from the tarot. You'll get there, I promise you. So that's how I answer this or that questions using the tarot. Let's get into one card pulls for the audience. Let me check and see. There we go. Time-wise, so we've got quite a bit of time. Poor great Aunt Myrtle. Somebody put poor great Aunt Myrtle over in the chat. I know, she gets blamed for everything. All right. Oh, there's a lot of pick me. Let me see. Haley, and then KO. Haley. One card pulled. What does Spirit want you to know? And I pulled the Death card, card number 8. Spirit wants you to know, but it's so beautiful. I love what is it called? The Day de la Morta? I always mess that name up. Day of the Dead. Anyway, beautiful death card. Death card for you just means kind of what we just talked about, Haley, is the idea of some things in your life need to die so that something new and fresh and reborn can happen in this new chapter, this next phase. The death for you feels like there's a bit of an emotional to that as well. So it's not like, yeah, let's go, I'm ready. It's more like, oh, I'm not quite sure I want to let go of that thing yet. I think once I let go of it and walk away, and I really mean it this time, that it's going to be painful and it's going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, but this is your moment to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off so that the healing can start. So it's the idea of, yes, you do need to let go of something. Something does need to die, a figurative death, meaning that it's just something that's not benefiting you anymore. But you need to go ahead and start that process because it seems like you've kind of been holding it off and not fully ready to let it go. All right. I pulled that card last week and need the explanation. Interesting. Okay, next I'm going to go to Maggie and then KO. Ooh, Maggie got 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is the idea of, okay, Swords is your thinking mind. So we're already talking about thoughts. Swords is air energy. And for you, the 8 of Swords is the idea of a self-imposed prison. So 8 of Swords means whatever's going on in your thinking mind is not a clear reflection of what's going on in the world according to spirit. I have to phrase it that way. Because of course, spirit is going to see it in the more optimistic, opportunistic, here's your opportunities, this is why this happened way. But we're in the muck of it. We don't always see it from there. And so it's the idea of, can you shift your perspective? Because the stories that you're telling yourself about the situation and how you're feeling about the situation are the very things that are keeping the situation from changing and are keeping the situation growth. Um, so shifting how you think about things is going to allow you to see the opportunities that are going to help get you out of the situation. And I'm getting also that it might not even feel like, oh, a lot of anything is going bad. It might not. But also this is talking about, maybe this is for someone else that's listening. Also, this is talking about the more subtle ways. It's not just like, oh, I am really positive over my life and I am grateful. How does this apply to me? Are you holding yourself in a holding pattern in this things are going really well pattern when there's more available to you? Are the stories that you're telling yourself keeping you content, but not keeping you fully thriving? So sometimes this is the more subtle way that we just make do and tell ourselves stories of less than. Even when things are going well, those stories of less than are still spirit is saying, but there's so much more that you could be experiencing. I know your life is good. I'm trying to show you great. Or I know your life is great. I'm trying to show you amazing. So just ask yourself, if you're like, well, I'm not quite sure how that applies. I'm usually really positive. Then this is applying in the second way, that you're still limiting yourself. 8 of Swords. Okay, so that card started out with Maggie, and then I believe kind of moved into the collective. But Maggie, that is your message as well. Ask yourself, how can I shift my perspective on this because my story is limiting me? Okay, and then I said KO was next. And then after that, I'm going to let you tell me who's next, Jacqueline, because I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. Okay, KO, this is you. Knight. It's a knight. It's a Knight of Pentacles. Knights are actionaries asking us to move into action. Pentacles asking you to move into action regarding something that you hold value on, regarding something tangible in this earth-based world. It is an earth sign or earth element goes with the sign with the pentacles. Move into action. It feels like move into action regarding that pentacles realm, job, finances, relationships. There's something that almost feels like it's nearing a deadline, and spirit is asking you sooner rather than later. That's the phrase I just heard. Sooner rather than later. Knight of Pentacles. Truth is my flame. Rigorous methods are my tools to succeed. I know what I must do, and I do it no matter what. Is that your case? So is that your case too? I do hope so. When a task is to be accomplished, then accomplish it must be. Then accomplished it must be. Wow. I need my glasses for this one. Even if it requires hard work and total commitment, I expect you to be reliable, trustworthy, perseverant, and meticulous. Do not complain that the mission is too exhausting. I don't want to hear a word of this kind. You've chosen me. So now my message to you is stick to your goal with truth and honor, and you will reach it victoriously. No fancy ever. Everything must be carefully planned. Now, let's ride with our banner floating proudly in the air. Knight of Pentacles. Wow, she's kind of a hard ass. I like it. Keywords: seeking truth and harmony, sense of responsibility, perfectionism, determination. Of course, we don't want to be in that perfectionism. So it's if you're be aware of the perfectionism aspect so you don't tip into the negative of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that land. That seemed pretty self-explanatory. I hope you know where to apply that or what area of your life is calling for that. All right, who's up next?
Cooper.
Cooper. The Hermit. Cooper, the Hermit. The Hermit means many, many things. For you in this particular instance, it means look within, look within, look within. There's it feels like there's a quality, maybe a skill, but a quality or skill that you're looking to raise or improve or pull up, higher the frequency on. It just feels like you keep looking for either something to show you that you have this skill, or you're looking for like a book or a course or something to teach you this skill. It looks like I just keep seeing you looking out for it. And this Hermit card is coming up to say you have the skill. So whatever it is that you're looking for or saying that you need, Spirit is coming in and saying you have it, but you keep looking in the wrong place. So Spirit wants you to slow down, look within and ask yourself, okay, if I have it, where is it? And you can ask it that way too. But ask Spirit to show you where this quality or this skill is that you're looking for. It seems like you have more than what you think. So Spirit just wants you to take an honest assessment first. And then if you need something else, then you can go find it. But right now it's like, wait. It's kind of like, it's kind of like if you said, I need to learn mathematics, and then you're like, well, I got to start from the beginning, and you go sign up for kindergarten. And Spirit is trying to say, well, I need you to take an honest assessment of where you are. You obviously know more than that, but you're going to waste a lot of time going and starting at kindergarten when you could start college level where you're actually, where you actually should be at. So it's that idea. Whatever you're trying to do, Spirit wants you to take an honest assessment of it first, and then you can add yourself, where do I need to add in additional resources or education? All right, who's up next?
Saida.
Saida. What does Saida need to know? Knight of Swords, another knight. Action. Swords, thinking mind, communication, also air energy. This knight is asking you to move into action, putting your thoughts into action. They want you to get out of the, is that true? Wait. No, the action they want you to take is to think it over a little bit more. The action they want you to take is to think it over a little bit more, to slow down your thought process. That's why I'm seeing this cold scene. Everything slows down in the winter when it's really, really cold. Slow down your thought process a little bit, give things a little bit longer to marinate. And then if everything still feels good, then move. Excuse me, then move forward. All right.
Next is Mary Anderson.
Mary Anderson. Real quick, I want to answer that question over in chat. Somebody said, I am in this situation. How can we take assessment of where I am? So when we were talking about Spirit wants you to slow down and see how far you are and see where you truly are, get it from Spirit's point of view. How can I take assessment of that? Sit in meditation. The easiest way is to sit in meditation and ask your guides to show me your perception, show me your view, show me your assessment. Give me the report. Help me out with that, and just see if it comes to you by meditation. That's one way. Just sitting and actually having that conversation. If meditation isn't your deal, you can always. Another good way is that's because it is self-assessment. Do your homework. But I like chatting with AI. But I've trained my AI to make sure it's giving me factual information. So make sure you're working with a trained version, or that you're taking the time to train your AI to give you a little bit of pushback. But sometimes just having that chat with someone who can reflect back to you, well, you said this, is this what you actually mean? Those kind of questions are going to help you get to the bottom of that self-assessment of what is it that I really want to do and where am I really at in my life? So fun ideas. And of course, you can always see a practitioner, a trusted friend, go sit and have coffee with a friend, tell them what you're trying to work through so they can give you that honest feedback. Lots of different ways to do that. All right, now who was I on? Mary Anderson.
Yep.
Mary Anderson, your card is the King of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles this week. This King of Pentacles is asking you to move into this energy and this vibration. I don't feel like you're already situated in this energy. So this energy is like a calling card asking you to step into this. King of Pentacles energy feels like I am relaxed in my manifestation. I have a lot of action steps in front of me, but I don't have fear over these action steps because I know that my actions are aligned. And so when I know when I make this move that this is going to happen. Maybe I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I trust and believe. I'm relaxed when it comes to my manifestations. I am trusting and I am confident. If you don't feel that, this is Spirit saying this energy is available to you. This is the energy that I need you to step into, because this is the energy that's really going to help you call in what it is you've been asking to call in. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because that means you've done the work. That means you've put opportunities in place. That means you've acted on opportunities. That means you've done all of those things. And now Spirit is saying, relax, I got you. Now I need you to work on your confidence and your belief. Now I need you to align. All right.
Sienna is next.
Sienna is next. Sienna and Lisa, and then we'll leave some time at the end.
Okay.
Sienna, your card is Seven of Wands. Wands, fire energy, inspiration, creativity, aligned action. And we have the 7. The 7 is someone, no, I'm thinking of swords. One moment. Excuse me. Seven of Wands, defender of my land. Those evil branches are attacking me. The 7 of Wands is the hater. If the hater's going to hate card. I'm like, why can't I see the normal one? Now I got it. The 7 of Wands is a card that I call the hater's going to hate. It's when it feels like a personal attack on you, personal attack on your energy. Someone is doing something to get at you, knowingly or unknowingly. These evil branches are attacking me. I know the wizard who has bewitched them. I know that he wants my land, but I won't back down. I will stand my ground. It is not time for doubt or hesitation. I have faith in my bravery and I'm ready to fight. If a fight there must be. I will defend my territory come what may. I'm prepared and well armed. Maybe I'll win, maybe I won't. But in any event, fear won't have me compromising. What about you? Are you a battler too? Are you ready to stand up for yourself, whatever the challenges may be? Will you be strong and determined if ever the branches threaten you? Standing your ground, remaining in your power since we have wands, not letting the opinions of others, the words of others, not letting it get to you. Can you stand your ground and stay firm in your beliefs? Or does every time somebody says something that challenges your belief, you allow a little bit of doubt to creep in? Because it's that doubt that's your energy leak. It's that doubt that's holding those manifestations aside from you. So plug up those holes. Don't pay so much attention to the opinions of others. And then we had
Lisa.
Lisa. Queen of Cups, a queen. Receiving receptivity, queen energy is divine, feminine. Ask yourself, allow, when we talked about our job is to align and allow, align and allow. Ask yourself, am I allowing? Am I allowing? Am I allowing the alignment, or am I out there trying to make it happen again? Allowing. Cups is intuition. Cups is also water, flowing energy. Cups is emotions. So this Queen of Cups, to me, this is asking you to allow your intuition to guide you forward for this week, to really trust your intuition. It's allowing, it's getting in the flow. I just keep seeing you getting in the flow, and I just keep hearing the word allowing. So this can be a message for all of us as well. How do we get in the flow and sync up, connect with that divine intuition, and then let that intuition guide us forward? All right. What deck is being used? That is Tarot de la Nuit. All right. So let's spend these last couple of minutes here. Jacqueline has done an amazing job of putting things over in chat, but I know some of you are just watching and not reading the chat. It's about scheduling a year ahead reading. If I have benefited you in any way, please feel free to donate to keep the digital doors open. You can do that on my website. There's links over there. Tarot Unicorns and Coffee is website. As far as donations, you know what's really going to help me this year, 2026? I want to expand my reach, and one way I'm doing that is on social media. So if you want to help me out without donating any actual money, when you see my posts, share them. If you don't want to share them on your personal page, at least like them, at least comment on them, because all of that really helps it be seen by more people. So I could really appreciate that extra bump to the things I'm doing on social media in 2026. All right, let's go ahead and do our energy activation here at the end. And what I'm hearing is we're just going to ask Spirit to send us energy to help move us into the receptive mode. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths if that feels comfortable for you. Maybe palms up and arms kind of outstretched to allow that energy a place to land as you call it in. And imagine that the divine is streaming down energy, higher self, God, whatever that energy is. And you've got your hands, palms up, and you are receiving that energy through the outstretched palms of your hand. And feel that energy coming in. Maybe it feels like your fingertips tingling a little bit, coming in through your hands, your arms. Feel that energy going into all of your chakra systems, getting those chakras opened and spinning, moving throughout your entire body. And this energy is the energy of allowing. Just like you allow that energy to flow in you and through you and opening your heart centers, and you felt it moving throughout your entire body. Imagine that all of that energy is just a channel that you just opened up. And anytime Spirit needs to send you something this week, whether it's a thought, an intuitive nudge, some kind of communication, whatever Spirit needs to send you is going to send you along those same channels that you just opened up. Imagine that Spirit is adding whatever you need this week to your metaphysical IV that you just opened up. It's flowing It's open within you. And now Spirit has a clear channel to gift you whatever you need. Go ahead and leave that channel open if it feels comfortable for you. Close it down if you feel that you need to be protected. But know that you can come back to this space and open that channel and receive whatever Spirit is trying to gift us this week to allow us to manifest. We're going to allow, and allow ourselves to align. Deep breath in and a slow exhale. Come on back to the room. And thank you all so much for being here today. Magical Monday Manifestations wouldn't be what it is without you all. So thank you all for continuing to show up and participate. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.